friends, it's Nancy, and today I'm going to do something a little different that I wanted to participate in. My friend Kathleen Mower, she has a wonderful channel. It's Be Again Books, but if you type in her name, it'll come up. She makes, to me, I just love her style of journals. She just, if you haven't checked her channel out, definitely check her out. She uses a lot of vintage pieces, and they're just beautiful themed journals. I love the way she collages on her tags, her covers of her journals. It's just sweet. I just love everything that Kathleen makes. So she has a challenge going. It's called #stashrestashjjc for the month of May. And what she's doing is just encouraging everybody to look in your stash for things you already have and make something with it. So she has wonderful videos out there, and wonderful recipes for tags and flips and envelopes, and I use quite a bit of her ideas in my journals that I make. So anyway, I wanted to participate in that and try to do a couple of ideas that she has recently shown. And one of them, it's called Altered Envelope Double Flip, and the other one is Large Paper Clusters. So I will link both those videos below in the description box, but I'm going to play, and I already did one to make sure I could do it and not not be able to do it on the video. I had to prep some things because, as you know, when you're making something and you're prepping, the prep time takes forever, right? It takes a long time to look for things and gather this and gather that. The videos would be super long if we had to go through all that. Plus, I couldn't take you around my craft room and where to dig, and I'd be like, oh, forget it. So anyway, I did all that already, which is what I do anyway, right? So we get it all and just watch the good stuff. So check her out. She just is encouraging, excuse me, encouraging you to just look, look in your stash and use what you have, which we all know we have stuff, right? Oh my gosh, do we have stuff. So I will link all that below. So the first one I'm going to show is the Altered Envelope Double Flip. So Kathleen, I know you're going to probably see this, so I hope I'm doing the right thing. So this is the one I made ahead of time. I have a rusted paper clip here. It's made with an envelope and a tag, hence the Altered Envelope Double Flip. Because how this would go, let me just get a piece of my glue book here. Say this is a page in your journal. You would glue it on here. Now see, this envelope was damaged here, so what I would do is I would probably put another strip of something here. I don't have anything right now. Like I would probably, depending on where it's going, this is not big enough, but I would probably cut a piece of paper, the length, glue it onto the flap, and then that would be glued on here and here, so you have a tuck. So you would have a tuck on this side of the page, right? But when you turn your page in your journal, you have this tag here, and it's a flip, so you have writing space here, and it's attached with washi. You have a decorative area here, and then you flip it again, and then the envelope, you can put something in here. So hence why she calls it a double flip envelope. Okay, altered envelope. And I like this one. I kind of, this was everything I had. I die cut out of some cardstock my flower here. I had these clock faces. It's some kind of digital kit that I probably had forever and ever, so I don't know where they came from. Not sure. This is just a manila tag, a Tracy label, a piece of colored gauze, I did some stamping on the back with my Tim Holtz. This is like a numbery type stamp, and this is just holes. I did that with the vintage photo, and then I did what we did the other day where I glued book page on with the glue stick, not all the way around, just, and then waited for it to dry and ripped it off, and then there was some on there. I like doing that. I kind of had fun with that. I'm going to be doing that. So, especially with Halloween, I really, really had fun doing that. So, anyway, that's my tag. I'm pretty happy with it. And then I attached it with some wide, I have some washies here that I use. So I picked this wide one here that I had. It has typewriters on it, and I thought that went well. This paper here, which comes like this was from like a box of stuff that I had when I had a monthly subscription. I can't remember the company. I don't even know if they do it anymore. I have, I did it for like 10 months, and I have stuff, and I don't do anything with it. So that's a piece of that. I have a piece of a dictionary, and then a old label, and then I did some stenciling around here. So I did that on that page, and then you flip it, say this is your page in your book, right? So on this side here, I have a handful, just a handful of vintage letters and envelopes. I'll show you because we're going to use it again. And I just took a piece of that letter that was in the envelope and glued it to this part of the envelope. And then I used another washi tape. Don't know where I got it from, but maybe Hobby Lobby, I think. I used a label out of this package, which I have, it's probably one of those subscription boxes, or it was gifted to me. I don't remember, but those labels are in there. They're stickers. And then this beautiful steampunk girl. Now, I have, that's another thing. Kathleen had challenged me to do a steampunk journal someday because she makes beautiful, well, anything she makes is beautiful. But anyway, I said, I've never made a steampunk type journal. And she said, I want you to try it someday. And I said, okay, it's on my list. So I'm just trying to, just think about it here and there and whatever. So usually steampunk, I always see a lot of men. There's usually men in steampunk. And I thought, well, there's got to be lady steampunk too. And I found this, it's just a digital of women, not a big kid. It's just some like six faces, 6 kind of images, print them all different sizes. This is from an Etsy shop, Vintage by Me. And I believe she also has kits, like journal kits, steampunk. But I liked them because I thought they were beautiful and they were women. So if and when I do decide to do a steampunk journal, I wanted it to be more with women and not so much the men, because I feel like we see it all the time with the men in the steampunk, but I want to concentrate on that. I don't know, just to be different. No other reason, just to be different. So that's how I made that. So, okay, and then like I said, I like it, so I would save this for my steampunk journal, this piece. So I want to make another one with you and show you how I did it. So I'm bringing stuff in here. I have another envelope. Now you can see I save my envelopes. Look, this is really worn, but I'm not worried about it because I can cover that, right? So I'm not going to worry about that. So I have this envelope here, and I think since that one went on a page this way and came that way, I'm going to make this one come this way, so it flips that way since this one flips that way. Okay, so I got to remember that. So I'm going to work on that. I cut out a fussy cut, another gal. Aren't they pretty? So pretty. This is a paper from, if you ever had a subscription to one of those boxes, Your Creative Studio, that's what it was. That's the name of the company. They might still do boxes. I did it for like about 3 years ago, maybe for 10 months or so, and then I just, couldn't do it. So anyway, you have all this paper in here. So I pulled a piece of paper out of that. Okay, I got that. And I hope I remember how I want to do this. But anyway, let me put this over. This, I don't know if I'll use it. It's like a, I don't know what this is off of. Is this a, oh, it's off a bottle. It's like a distill, it's an old, like around a bottle. Okay, I don't know, but I like it. I don't know what I'll do with it. I cut another. This tag here was in a stash of things I bought that were dyed. And I thought it was so pretty. Like on this one here, I stenciled on, but this one I felt was already done. So I'm going to make my tag that with that. And then I have the other piece of that rose paper from over there. A sticker. Here is like a vintage envelope, 1931. I love it. And then this is the letter. And I ripped the bottom part off, so we're probably gonna, I keep saving it. I only have a handful, but you know what? I've got to use them. I've just used them, right? So that was in my stash. Okay, and then I have dictionary page. I wanted to show you the cute little charm or cluster charm. So on this one, I just put some green gauze on this one because I saw it laying there and I did it, but I thought, I wonder if I could make like a cute little dangle to go on this one. So once again, I'm using my wine bottle faux, the seals from the wine bottle, and I really like how it came out. So I have a ball pin, I have a wine seal, and it doesn't have a name on it. I don't know because I just collect them and I have them in a stash. So I like the color. It was more coppery. I have this tiny little tag, brown tag, that I just did some stenciling on. And then I have one of those Tim Holtz, whatever you call these little things, seen and noted disc, metal disc. So I thought, I bet you I could make a cutesy little thing. So I put the Tim Holtz thing on first. I put this little dangly tag, tiny. It's like a price tag that you use. My sister-in-law, brother-in-law used to have do sales, shows and stuff. So they don't do it anymore. So she was kind enough to give me some. I think it's kind of fun. I think it's kind of fun. So we're going to dangle that off the tag, and gives a lot of texture and interest, right? All right, so and this is a fun thing to do. So I'm not going to use the envelope. I'm going to move that over. I think the first thing we're going to do is let's decorate the tag first. Okay, so let me move this. Oh, this goes, I just thought it'd be cute to put this here over the envelope. It would keep that closed. I think it just adds texture, and it's a rusty clip and stuff. So anyway, okay, we'll put that here so you could see it. Okay, tag first. Let's do the tag first. Let me lay this somewhere over here. Okay, tag. So it's already decorated. I love how that looks. It doesn't bother me that that's on the other side. I could use that side too, but I don't know. Let's just see. I have a giant clock face, and I like it because it has some roses on it to go with the lady steampunk. I feel like they're all geared up and all, but you know what? They're beautiful ladies and flowers. So not so many gears and stuff, but more, I don't know, clock faces. I could do it here, but I feel like it's just kind of busy. I can always cover this with coffee dyed paper. I could. Let's see. I have some here. I could always do that, but I don't have to do that now. All right, so this will be the front of my tag, like there. So I thought it'd be fun to put this clock face, and then a label. I already inked the clock face. I inked this Tracy label. I thought that could go there like the other one. And then I like this cutout of the wildflower here, something like that. But then I was trying it and I said, oh, if I'm going to hang this here, let's see where this hangs. It's going to hang right about there. So I'm thinking I could lower this a little. I could even move it to a side maybe. Let's just try move it more to the left like that, and then that could go there, right, like that, and then I can still put this here. I kind of like it. Oh, I didn't, oh, on this one I did the glue paper thing, but I'm thinking it's pretty just like that. I'm looking around to see what else I have. Sometimes it's enough, you know, this is all enough that you don't need to add anything else. Just looking to see if I were to add some of that on there. Let me see what it looks like. I don't want to rip it. So I'm learning these type of things too. Now see, it's too much. I think it's too much. Do you? I do. So I'm just going to do it this way. And I'm going to glue that. I'm going to get my glue stick. I am going to use my pencil and put a little mark here so I know I want it to be no further than that. It's fun to do a little challenge once in a while, right? I mean, it keeps us on our toes, and I always like to try what other people are doing. Do I have it right? Yeah. The clock, yeah. So I'm going to go here and right like that. I like to challenge myself because, you know, everybody has their way of doing things, but I love trying what other people do too. And obviously mine's going to look different than what she makes, but that's the beauty. We all have different. I'm going to move this down a little further here, like that. And then I'm going to probably use my wet glue for the sprig here because that's not going to stick with. I can hold on to it. Anyway, so let's see, what else can I tell you? Oh, you know, I told you my oldest grandson's graduating high school. So we're doing that, going to a dinner for him. That's so exciting. His brother will be going into high school. That's kind of exciting. I don't know how he feels about it, but kids. As what's the gal in Beetlejuice, the mother? Kids, gotta love them. I love that movie. Okay, so there's that. Okay, I like it. So that's going to be added to the envelope. Okay, I'm not going to put the charm on yet. So let's get the envelope. So how that's going to work, I got to remember it's going to be opposite. So it's going to go on this side here and get hooked on. Right. It's going to go that way. Okay. So then this here, we're going to do some book page and the rose paper. Okay. So I'm going to just tear some of this off. Okay. All right. I might have to tear a little more off because I think that's too long. Let's see how it is. I think I want to put it here. So yeah, we definitely need to take some off. I forgot where. Okay, if I do that there, I'm going to take it off about there. Okay. Save that little piece. Okay, so I could ink that. Let me get a sip of my tea. I have a cranberry vanilla tea today from Christmas, but it's still good and it tastes good. I have a taste for it. Cranberry vanilla. I have my tea every afternoon, a cup of tea. I don't care how hot it is. I'm inside, I'm having my tea. It just makes me feel good to have a cup of tea every day. Okay, so that's, and I don't mind if I just kind of, without pushing down so I don't get the circle image, I just kind of drag it across here like that. So that's going to go there. I like it. And then the other half of the, trying to put my sponge back. Now this part here would go here. Is that how I did that? I'm looking. I got to see. Yes. Okay, so that will go here. And then this goes here, right? Yeah. And then this is going to get hooked on after. Okay. All right, I could do that. I'm just checking. So let's start gluing. Okay. Move all this off here. I've been trying to think of some recipes for like lighter meals for summer. I mean, it's like, you know, how long have we been doing this? And it's like every year it's like, I'm tired of eating the same thing. I want to eat something lighter, right? At least I'm looking for something lighter. So I dug out a couple of my old recipes. When's the last time, or did you ever make taco salad? Where you would just, you know, do the ground beef and then drain it, obviously, and then chop up some a head of iceberg lettuce and tomato, and I don't know what else goes in there. Not much. And lettuce, tomato, the ground beef. I'm trying to think. There's got maybe tomato. Did I say tomato? Yeah, I probably did. And then you use Catalina dressing and broken up nacho cheese Doritos, and you just make a salad with it. That is so good. I used to make that when I had friends come over for lunch. That's a good summer thing. So I have that on my list to redo. And then I'm going to center this kind of like that. Okay, just to do that. I like that. Okay. All right, so that's that. And I didn't have a label for that. Where's my Tracy labels? I have Tracy labels. Could maybe find one to go here because I noticed I put one on the other one. And I could pick one with a red because it goes with the red. I like that one. Let me do that one. I'll just ink it. And what else? Oh, you know what? I had the other day and I thought I could do this at home. Chicken Caesar wraps, like with a tortilla, chicken strips, iceberg lettuce or romaine, Caesar dressing a little bit, some cheese maybe, and roll it up and eat it like, you know, like a wrap. So I want to do that. like a simple like angel hair pasta or a thin pasta with olive oil and like fresh veggies, whatever kind of fresh veggies I can get from the market, or you know, that kind of thing. I don't know, go through this every year. I think I'm going to put it right here. Okay, did I get that on straight? Yeah. Okay, so there's that. Oh, and I want to make homemade sloppy joes, not from the can. I want to make it from scratch. So I've got those 3 recipes that I want to try. Well, I think I made it like years ago. It's not like I've never made these things before, but it seems like I haven't made them in forever. So, okay, so this is going to go on this side here. So that means it flips this way. So now the time is to attach it with some washi tape. So I am going to do it about there. Okay, and I think I'm going to use the same washi because it's the only wide one I have. And then I'll have to run it over the glue stick. Okay. Come on. Come on. There we go. Don't rip. I think I got this in one of those bags too, or those subscription things too. Okay, so kind of give it a measure. Ah. Okay. I want to run it because it's not sticky at all. So hopefully I'm going to be able to do this. Okay. All right. There we go. Almost. Okay. All right. Oh, I don't know which way is better. Let's just do that. I think I'm going to be better if I try to get it halfway first. Let me just get it on half of this first. Ugh. I'm going to do it that way and hope that that works. And now I'm going to, how am I doing this? Oh my gosh, it's got to go this way. Okay. Oh man, by the time I figure this out, my glue's going to dry. Okay, so let's get that even, hopefully. Okay, so then that would flip this way now. And like I said, I guess I should have covered it before, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to worry about that right now. It doesn't matter. So, okay, then that goes that way. Somehow, I don't, trying to make sure it's even. Okay. All right, it's fine. Okay, so then it's going to flip this way. I'm talking to myself as I'm telling you. And then it flips this way. So I need to decorate this here. And so that's where this letter comes in. So I want to take a piece of the letter because I want to extend this, but I don't want to glue the envelope shut, so we can put something in it at a later time. So I am going to, I think I'm going to take this part where it was folded, and I can glue that here, and then this piece here can go here like that, and then she's going to go here, and then a label, something like that. Right. Okay. So now I'm going to trim this down. Did you ever read any of the letters that, if you were able to get some? Have you ever read them? I have. Boy, they used to write so nice. And their words, how they used to just write to people. It's so, I don't know, I want to say it without it being romantic. It's so touching. It's so endearing. Because letters were their way of communicating then. So, I mean, they just poured their hearts out about everything. And then some of them are really funny because they're complaining about somebody in the family or... Oh, they are fun to read. If you ever get your hands on some vintage letters, take the time and try to read them because they really open your mind as to what people were thinking back then and what was going on in their lives, and it's really kind of fun. Okay, so now I have to make sure where I'm gluing, and so this is how I'm doing it. I'm just going to put glue here because I know that's fine. And I'm going to put glue here on this up here. I might have to go in with my wet glue, but that's okay. And I want it to be here, and I don't want it to go where... just as I said that, what did I just do? I did that. So, Nance, maybe next time you could... do this, and that would help you. Thank you for whoever said that to me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. Okay. I can always go in with my wet glue here because I think I'm going to have to over here too. Get that there. And then here. Good tip. Thank you, whoever yelled at me with that. All right, so I'm going to make sure I line this up first, like that. So then I know my envelope is open, see? Then this page here is going to go here, like, I could do it that way, I could do it up like that, or in the middle. It doesn't really matter. That one I can glue on. I mean, our supplies, we're never going to use them all up in our lifetime, are we? We're just not. I know we're not, but it's fun to dig them out, and because, you get them, you look at them, oh, they're fun, and then they get stacked away and not touching them. So I'm glad Kathleen came out with this challenge. Okay, I'm going to put it like that. But I've been in frame here. Okay, then the pretty girl. Now I can put her like that. She's gonna get glued on. And then I did pick this out. I think I'm gonna do it that way. I think so. It's kind of white on the edge here. Now let's get rid of that. Okay. Now I'm going to carefully get glue on her. I'm off to the side here on my glue book, so I will be right there. I'm just getting glue on here, and I don't want to rip off the tiny parts that I cut around. Okay. All right. Ah. Okay. This is really sticky glue. It's good glue, but it's sticky. All right, I am going to put her here. Right there, I think. Okay. All right, so pretty. I love that. And then this is a sticker like that. I guess I could put some glue on it. glue on it. Okay, so that, I think I'm going to put that right here. Right up here. Right there. Right there. It is what it is, right there. Okay. Then I'm going to just kind of make a little tiny divot here. I'm just eyeballing it. I guess I could have done that before. Oh, I ripped it. Well, yeah, that'll do it right there. Oh, that letter is so delicate. Okay, so I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that now. I'm going to have to reinforce it. I'm going to reinforce this. Okay, so that was a bad idea. Let's see here. I'm going to fix it. I promise I'll fix it. Let me just cut this off. Yeah, it is a delicate piece for sure. So it can be fixed. We'll fix it. And I think I'm going to do this in half. I don't think I need a lot, but okay, let's see if we can fix this. So I'm going to put the glue on, and I'm going to attempt to slide it in there. Wish me luck. Drum roll, please. I don't mind the tear on the front. You're not going to be able to put anything in here if I don't put this in here. So let me get that in, and it should be fine. Make sure it goes all the way in. Yes. Okay, there we go. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Just make sure this is glued down. I'm not going to put a divot in this one. I don't want to pull on it again. But I do want to make sure that I can get in there. Yes. Okay. Because on the other one, I was able to make a divot. So I don't know. I just maybe pulled too hard on the paper, right? Okay, so there we go. I didn't make anything to go in the pockets yet. That would be a whole nother deal, right? So say this is your page in your book. If this is your page in your book, you would put it on a page there. I should be using one that doesn't have wet glue on it, Nance. So if you put it in your book here, this will be the double flip. You see, double flip. Now we can put this on. Let's put this on. Now I want to do it. And we'll see how it looks. Okay, let me get that on there. Yes, I love it. Okay, so it's on your page. Look at that. Another thing to do with our wine seals. So keep saving them. Look at, we can do it. We can use that. That's pretty. Love it. Flip it over. We could even use this just as writing. It's got lines on it. You have this pretty thing here, and then you do another flip, and you have that pretty image, and then you can make a tag to go in here. Now that I strengthen it, it's fine. And then you turn your page, and then I will fix that. I can put whatever. I wouldn't use just dictionary page, but I would put another piece of page here, glue that, and that'll be a tuck on the other side of the page. Okay, I'm happy with this. I am very happy with this one. So there's that one, and here's my other one. Okay, Kathleen, I did it. I did it. Double flip, and that one is open there. And I just use this as some interest and dimension, but it's still flat, right? Kind of cool. And then this one, I made that fun dangle right there. And that flip, and then there'll be a page there. And we have our pocket here. And I'm gonna just put something in there because I feel like there's some wet glue in there. So let me just stick that in there for now. Okay, so we have those. Okay, now the next is not as involved, but we'll see how that goes. The next one is called large paper clusters. Now I had to think about this, and I'm not even sure if I'm accomplishing what she's doing, but Kathleen, let me know. So I have a bunch here. So let's start with the first one, and then we'll show you. So she says to start with something in the background that has blank for writing. And it's just going to be in addition to, like, for here, you know, on the other side of the page, this could be, this cluster I'm going to make could be the tuck inside a page. This could go in a pocket, whatever. It could be any size. And she's just telling you to find your bases, then your next layer, which you can't go wrong with book page. Then I have this brown paper, and I don't know if you can see it, but there are real faint white dots, polka dots on here. And I just had a couple pieces and I ripped it, and then, so you just want to make like, they're just giant clusters like that. And all I did was go into my stash. I did not print anything. I have my bin of stuff and I pulled from there. So these are pieces, obviously, that's wallpaper. This piece here is wallpaper. This is brown paper, book page. This is a piece of a digital. And you want to kind of first just layer them, wonky, however, and kind of make a little, whatever you want to call it. I want to see that. And it does. You don't make everything straight. I'm going to put this wallpaper or music paper there. I want that sticking out. And then, so you kind of get something pleasing to your eye like that. And when it's pleasing to your eye, you take your tiny attacher and then you kind of go in there. But the last thing, she was using some of these vellum stickers. Now, I think we've all gotten these vellum stickers, but if you don't have a sticker, you can use any kind of a label or whatever. And I thought, well, that floral piece looks pretty there. So I'm going to staple that if I can get in there like that with my tiny attacher. And then she suggests that the tiny attacher is easy because it doesn't create bulk. You can use a needle nose plier to push that down, but I just use this end of my bone folder, and it flattens it just fine. And you want them to be loose. You're not gluing them. So right where that is, since it's so small, I am going to put the sticker of this basket of flowers. And I'm going to kind of go over that in a way, kind of like that, I think. So, and it's covers the, and it's not bulky. And that's my first cluster. And the point is, this is flat. You have all this for writing space. It gets in a pocket, goes in a tuck. And of course, you could make them to the theme of your journal. So that's number one. I kind of like it. I don't know. It's different, right? So the next one, all right, I have this deep coffee dyed paper. That's my base because you can write on the back. Look at that's cool, huh? So there's my base. And they're supposed to be big. This is a piece of scrapbook paper. And I love it because it has the Eiffel Tower on it. I'm not sure how I had this. I do not know yet. So let me lay them down. I have a piece of the digital kit. This was Louisa Heinzel's tea bags that I had used in the whenever. I don't know where this is going. I forgot. So I don't know yet. I have, oh, wow, I have a lot of stuff here. Wait, I think I just have that. Is this another one? Yeah, I think this is a different one. Hold on. Okay, so I have these. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She always suggests to work in odd numbers because it looks better, like 3, 5, 7, things like that. So this is what I'm doing. Okay, so this is a piece of vintage music paper with a pretty little image on it. I have this. I have the tea bag paper here. But I want to kind of see that Eiffel Tower a little. And then I want to put this. So you just kind of put it, I don't know, you just kind of, I don't want them both leaning exactly the same. You put it where you want it. I have another vellum floral piece here. And I think that's going to go, I don't know where it's going to go. I think I need to push this up more. I am covering the Eiffel Tower. I know I am, but I think you can kind of see that it's there. Now, if I put that there like that, where did I want to put this? I wanted to put it like maybe down here. I'm guessing that's where I wanted it. So I'm going to staple that there. I'm going to push these down so they're flat, like that. Okay, that's good. And then I'm going to stick this on. Okay. But if you don't have these vellum stickers, use a regular flower, or let's see, where do I want this now? I'm going to put it here, here, here. Okay, I'm putting it there because that's where it went. So I can trim that little piece off. Scissors. I could just trim that little piece off there. And now this is like sticking up, so I probably could hit it with a little bit of glue back here to kind of make it stay down. And I can even hit this because it is kind of delicate paper. I can do that. I don't think she's okay with that, right, Kathleen? Are you okay with that? And then, yeah, look, this one didn't even get stuck down. Now, I was just thinking that I better put some glue there. You want the edges to be free, but didn't want that. I don't know, it's, and I did round the corners on these two ends only, just for interest. I don't know, I kind of like them. I don't know if I'm doing it the right way, but I do like it. Oh, you better put some under here. I know Kathleen didn't do that, but I feel like I need to. I feel like I need to do it because she only did that one staple like that. So I'm going to just do that because I feel better about that. Okay, here's two. And then I have two more, and then that's it. So this is a smaller one, okay? I have this really piece of raggedy coffee dyed paper. I have another piece of scrapbook paper, but I'm going to put this on the back because that could be where you could write a little something there. There's that. I have music paper. I have book page. I don't know. I have that. Okay, I have another clock face here. A clock face. And then this is another vellum sticker. You probably can't really even see it. It says the Eiffel Tower, Une Fleur de Paris. Oh, my friend Linda lives in France. I probably really did not say that very French. I apologize, but don't hate me for it. So I thought this might go in there. So I'm gonna not do those. Let's grab this and kind of arrange it in a way, and then know that I'm gonna probably do that here. So I am going to staple it here, right there, and I can see that I need to glue this. So I don't know, Kathleen, you didn't glue any of your things and they seem to do just fine, but I feel like I have to. I don't know. Okay, so we got to make this flat. Let me make that flat. Like I said, if you have a needle nose plier, which I do, I'm just too lazy to get it out, I guess. And then I'm going to put this sticker here, if I can get it. Okay, there it comes. I got it. It's all good. Sticky. And then I'm going to put that here. Maybe I'll do it straight like that. Well, it's not really straight, but it's very faint, but you could see it. And then I'm going to glue this. We got one more to do, and then I'm going to let you go. I urge you to just try one of her ideas with some stuff you have. It's really fun. It really is fun. Let's see. I'm going to put it, I am covering up the Eiffel Tower, but I'm not covering up the word Paris, okay? So there. And that would be another something to stick in, and then you have that writing spot there. One more. So I have another piece of wallpaper. So if you have wallpaper, start trying to use it. I have this vintage garden catalog piece, and I did round the two corners here. I had this piece of digital. I thought it was pretty because it had some colors and flowers. The yellow goes with the color of the paper, and so I thought that would be pretty. And then I have a piece of brown tissue, and it has an imprint of a book on it. I thought that would be nice there. And then to pick up the pink here, I have this rose here. That's probably one of my favorite ones. So, okay, so we're going to do that. I'm kind of liking the way I have it there. I know the paper, that's going to go there. So I could kind of staple it right about here, like that. And because I feel more comfortable doing it, I'm going to put some glue down here. Doesn't have to be totally glued down, but I just feel like I need to do that. And I don't mind doing it down here either. It's still loose edges, so we're going to smash these down like that. I want to put the book page on. So let me get glue on here. Okay. That's going to go over the staple, so that's not going to be in the way. And then this sticker of this rose. Okay. All right, and I'm going to just show you really fast because I know we had a long video today, so I'm going to put that like right here. I like it. Yeah, that would be very pretty in a book. Okay, real quick, let me just cap this up here. So these are called large paper clusters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 elements. Seem odd number looks good. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one, I like that one too. That's pretty. This is a smaller one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But the vellum, you can barely see it. So let's just say it's 5. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that is 6, but oh, you know, it's okay, right? And then we have this one that I made off camera. It goes on a page and then flips there to put something in there. But I put that there just for interest. And then the one we made, which I love this dangle. I love that. And then this one goes on an opposite page, flips open. And then you flip it again, that's on a page. And then you have, excuse me, we have this in here to stick. So, okay, these are my projects for Restash JJC for Kathleen Mower's challenge. Okay, everybody, thanks so much for hanging with me. Have a great day, and I hope you'll give it a try. Bye.